Inhale deeply. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale, and give all your attention, all your focus to your heart. And remember to embody this experience that we are going to start today with the future of health. Remember that we are here to be. And lightly just start opening your eyes. And with this presence, I want to introduce you to Marcus Hassan, that he will be introducing the whole week, all segments. We are going to be with you. And Marcus wants to say some words to all the audience. So, your board.
So, welcome. I welcome you from the pleasure of sharing, which is something that clearly moves all of us to speak and to create this environment, which is a reason to celebrate. Happiness is a reason to celebrate. And gratitude is the path to happiness. And so in this manner, we're appreciating all the different aspects of the ways in which we recognize the happiness that already is. Happiness is what makes the universe pulse, makes life be, and creates all the capacities that we're gonna be talking about. There be health or education, work, or the process of human development, social impact, and the way technology is part of our development of happiness, which are the topics we're going to be exploring on this week. This week has been prepared by the founder, Luis Gallardo, with a group of curators that are in charge of the organizing of the whole day program of each one of these days, so that in this way we can keep in mind how it is that we're coming across to creating this content. And the curators are holding this capacity of having a notion of what is happiness on these aspects of the world and humanity at this point, and so that we can rise up to the celebration of this topic. So, Luis Gallardo, can you talk to us a little about how this comes to be that we're going to be experiencing in the week?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Ily. Mexico, I'll be there tonight. I'm so thrilled to kick off this week, basically with one of those dreams that you have at some point and you keep having every day, which is basically having a world with more happiness and less misery. And I think that that dream has two components. The one which is focusing on the strengths, focusing on the good, but at the same time understanding there are some barriers, that there are some layers that we have to focus as well, and we call them misery. So we have to focus on both of them in order to achieve the realization of this world with more happiness and less misery. That's the intention. That's the intention of the whole World Happiness Agora. We've been having festivals, we've been having gatherings of many people, and in this case we are eclectic, we are not dramatic. We believe that everything is welcome and everybody is welcome. But this is the big idea of the Agora. We have an amazing week ahead. Today we start with health, but tomorrow we have education. On Wednesday we have self-development and self-mastery. We have work on Thursday and transformative technologies on Friday. We want to have a full perspective of going inside So what we say is the understanding the inner being as well as understanding the outer being, what's going on and what are the conditions that actually can help human beings to thrive and to flourish, and society to be free and fulfilled. So that's the main intention. We welcome all of you. And we are going to start today with the future of health. And for that reason, we are going to have two amazing curators, Kathryn and Juan Jose. They are going to introduce themselves during the sessions. They are going to be all day long with more than 20 thought provokers from all over the world. So you have time to meet them. But I promise that they are just spectacular. They are mindful, they embody what they talk, and they are truly inclusive and comprehensive leaders in the space of health and mental health. It is very important that we don't just talk, that we take action. And when we are and when we embrace who we are, then we are able to change and to move forward. So it's very important that in that regard, we are not just hearing words, we are actually understanding those words and taking action out of them. So I was wondering, Kathryn and Juan, what do you think about this conversation? Because it's very deep, right? The numbers are, they're spectacular. So much going on. We have to focus on it. We really want to change for better the future of health, right?
Absolutely, and to me, that's why getting the World Bank on is so important, and why I was looking forward to their conversation. I was part of their meeting about 1.5 years ago, where our program was featured as an innovation, our Hopeful Minds program. But they put out a paper about the return on investment for investing in mental health, and for every dollar you put into mental health, there's a $4 return on investment, which is, I think, a really important thing when we're looking at addressing happiness from a global perspective, that it's one of the only things you can actually invest in and get a positive return on investment for in the healthcare sector. And so I think those insights are really important to share with kind of the wider audience, and that we have solutions that are working. We just simply need to get those solutions out to the wider public and have people implementing the solutions. And again, there's a really positive return on investment for society, both financially and then clearly from a more human perspective.
Yeah, I was impressed by the number of people suffering depression, right? 331 million people in the world. So I think when I see this number and I think about happiness, I think that we have to be very conscious that happiness is not just about being better when you are good. Actually, when you are under depression, we have to be very serious about how to treat that and how to see happiness as something that is an enabler, but as well, it can be stressful. As if we want to be happy and we don't know how to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that we also can't be happy as a society unless we're all happy. And if 1 in 4 people are struggling with mental health issues, that not only is the person that is affected with mental health, but it's the people around them. It impacts the people around them. So if we really want to be a collective and happy society, we need to support everyone in, becoming happier as individuals. So it's really lifting up all of society. I mean, we can't, if we see people struggling and people are struggling, we can't be happy. It's hard for us to be happy ourselves because of compassion that we feel as humans.
It is when we talk about a systems health, it's a mentality, it's an attitude and a culture. And I am very happy that this Agora is now starting to present a global conversation about this, right? To not be so focused on necessarily the universes themselves or having the responsibility be outside of us. So something that is beautiful in systems is the coaching process, the way that we hold space for each other, and that we are taking responsibility on how we all move together as a team. It happens in a family. It happens in the workspaces. This Agora is including these little systems as part of cellular components for this undertaking of this responsibility. I think it's beautiful to take this opportunity this week to get inspired on what are all the different resources and topics and avenues of concepts to integrate this holistic perspective of happiness. And also, as we're listening, something that's beautiful is that it's inviting to take responsibility on our own happiness. Something that I see that is an opportunity in general is that the recognition of happiness. No, there's we can talk about mental health and see diseases, right? But then there's also our lives and the ability to engage with life with no drama.